Squad, good morning. Y'all know what it is. Setting up the Instagram so we can get this party started. What a Sunday, though. Yeah, I mean, before we jump in, what a Sunday. Yeah, I mean, but we live in an infect. Let's get it popping. What up, squad? MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode of MadMizzy Sports in the AM. Good morning, happy Monday. Hope everybody's starting the week off on the right foot. I hope this gets you in a positive, proper mood to start the day. I know my Philadelphians is definitely riding into work like motherfucking like Mitch. You know what I'm saying? They in there like this. You know what I mean? Giving the head nods, the cool ass head nods. What's good? What your team do yesterday? Oh, all right. I know that's the vibes they giving off. You know what I mean? We know that's the vibes the Philadelphia Eagles giving off. You feel what I'm saying? But we not starting in Philadelphia, man. I know the rundown said we starting in Philadelphia, but we not starting there, man. We got to start in Chicago, man. Shout out to the beautiful city of Chicago, man. Love the city. Beautiful city. Team garbage. But my big takeaway from being in Chicago or not being in Chicago, watching the Chicago Cowboys game is as a fan of the NFL, man. Because I was going in, I was ramming, I'm telling Cowboys fans, here's the lifeboat, here's the raft, here's the motherfucking olive branch, whatever you want to call it. Jump ship. But no, y'all still supporting. Y'all trying to side with Jared Jones. No, we got rid of Micah Parsons because of this, that, and the third. And I'm just here as a NFL fan, you know what I mean? Specifically a Niners fan and a Lamar Jackson fan, to say thank you. Thank you, Jerry Jones. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys organization. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys fans, for sacrificing your own sanity, happiness, success, all for the betterment of Jerry Jones' pockets and the NFL. You feel what I'm saying? Like y'all done sacrificed it all. Everything you signed up to be a fan to be, just so Jerry Jones can say, we got the richest franchise in sports. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing all that just so Jerry Jones can pop his collar at having the most lucrative franchise in sports. No winning, no getting close to winning, no competing. 31-14 in Chicago. Chicago 0-2. Chicago gave up the pass to, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't Get Up and ESPN been telling us that the Chicago Bears defense has given up the pass to NFC Offensive Players of the Week and JJ McCarthy and then Jared Goff? And you get one touchdown, two interceptions from the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? But you didn't want to pay Micah Parsons. But you didn't want to pay Micah. Your man Trayvon Diggs out there can't fucking bump and run without keeping his feet under him. But you didn't want to pay Micah Parsons. Y'all out there getting shredded by Caleb Williams. He out there like this, dealing, looking like a fucking mixture of Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham out there, just shredding, slaying that shit on that putrid ass defense. Y'all worried about the rush? Who cares about the rush if you can't stop the pass? If you can't rush the passer? If your passer back there like this, stand in the field. Stand in the field. Y'all got rid of Michael Parsons for no good reason other than, again, Jerry Jones' ego. And for the fans, this is what not even makes me mad. It makes me happy because it's like you become a fan because you want to root for winning. You want to be a part of greatness. This is what y'all claim to be greatness. That's a circus down there in Dallas. That's a circus, man. 31-14 the entire week. Everybody basically making it seem like, oh, the Cowboys gonna win. It's just about how much they're gonna win by. You feel what I'm saying? Man, if they blow the Bears out, that shit ain't gonna mean nothing. Oh, it means something if they get smoked by the Bears, though. It means something if they get smoked by the Bears. You feel what I'm saying? The Bears lost to the Vikings, not with Carson, with JJ. My guy, JJ. I still like Carson, but JJ, that's my guy. He gonna get it together though. Don't jump ship on my guy JJ McCarthy. But he ain't played nearly as well as the Vikings did when they had Carson in there. Now that was the defense did they thing against the Bengals, but still, all in all, Cowboys organization, Jerry Jones fans. Thank y'all, man, because honestly, y'all make it so easy to be a fan of anybody else, man. Like I don't like unless you in Dallas, I don't give a fuck who you talk to. You could be like, you could be in Baltimore, and they like, oh damn, you don't like the Ravens? And as long as you don't like the Cowboys, it ain't even if you don't like the Eagles, it ain't as long as you don't like the Steelers, man, as long as you don't like the Cowboys. Because then I just feel like you don't even like football at that point, bro. What do you like about them? What do you like about them? The storylines? What do y'all like about the Dallas Cowboys? That metallic blue? The colors? That make more sense because the damn sure ain't winning and your owner don't even plan on winning. He just want to sell tickets and y'all keep buying them. He just want to sell jerseys and y'all keep buying them. Thank you, though. Thank you. Because that shit was entertaining watching y'all implode once again against the Chicago Bears, against a lesser opponent. Looking horrific. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 298 passing yards for Caleb Williams. You got 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions from Dak Prescott. And mind you, CeeDee Lamb went down early. You got Tom Brady talking about, oh no, it's still that offense out there. They got Javonte Williams. They got George Pickens. They got this person. They got that person. Tolbert. Still got beat on. BTA. Belt to ass. Putrid, man. Is anybody surprised though? Is anybody surprised? No, man. No. Why are y'all still supporting them when they clearly make it obvious they happy getting their checks and y'all paying them, Jones? Y'all paying them checks for them to lose, get smoked on, get blunted, not even compete. 31-14? Come on, man. And you getting 7.6 yards of carry from Javonte Williams. Hand the fucking ball off. Oh, yeah, you can't because the defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed. You know what I mean? Y'all so focused on stopping the run. You know what I mean? Crazy, bro. Crazy. But thank you. Again, a thank you from NFL fans to the entire Cowboys organization, Jerry Jones, and the Cowboys fans, man. Y'all make it so easy to be a fan of anybody else. Anybody else. I respect Browns fans more than I respect Cowboys fans. On some real talk, yo. On some real talk. You know what I mean? But let's get over to the matchup that we all witnessed yesterday, man. The comeback, the calling, the answering. And y'all know I'm not no Eagles fan, but I'm a football fan, man. And I love when somebody says you can't do something where they try to put stipulations on your success. Like, oh, well, Jalen Hurts, well, win the Super Bowl and throw the fucking ball 30 times a game. Damn, bro, winning the Super Bowl not good enough? You feel what I'm saying? So when I seen that yesterday and I seen them go down, I came downstairs. My mom, my sister, they quiet. They like, what's happening? I don't know. That's just quiet. But in my mind, it's early. And I knew Jalen, he was going to go down swinging a big ass bat. And his name is A.J. Brown. You feel what I'm saying? That man is a monster. They don't call that man Batman for nothing. They don't call him Swole Batman for nothing. He was out there treating that man like he was a high school cornerback. He just kept running comebacks. You can't stop me. I'm going to box you out. I'm going to catch the ball. I'm going to shake you off me. And I'm going to turn upfield. He did that shit like 3 times on the final drive. Absolutely amazing masterpiece performance from the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And like I said, I just love it when a person goes out there and proves the doubters wrong. And everybody that go out there, oh, well, Jalen, don't do this. He don't do that. He doesn't have to. He was number 2 in MVP just 2 years ago. Well, he had a bunch of touchdowns. You get what I'm saying? But y'all want to focus in on 1 year or a bad stretch, or not even a down stretch. You feel what I'm saying? Because Jalen Hurts' bad stretch ain't nearly like some of the other players' bad stretches where we talk about maybe Jared Goff, who I like, but his bad stretches was horrific. Horrific. You feel what I'm saying? When we think about Baker Mayfield's bad stretches jumping from team to team, horrific. Horrific. You feel what I'm saying? So, and we not gonna sit up here and act like Jalen wasn't thrusted into the lineup to give a spark. You know what I'm saying? They paid Carson Wentz. It wasn't like Jalen was brought in and the team was built. It was like, no, they thought they had it built. Then they started losing, had no fucking receivers. I don't even want to get into it. I'm so impressed and I was so excited to see that comeback from the Philadelphia Eagles. And what did I say? I said, listen, I'm skeptical on that one. I said I'm gonna go with the Eagles because I felt like just as a competitor, you want to prove people wrong. But I was saying probably take the Rams and the points. And I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, the shit looking like it's gonna come to fruition. Like he either going, you know what I'm saying? Like it's no way. Like who's gonna predict that the motherfucker blocks the game, the last field goal of the game, and returns it for a touchdown? So when he did that and they covered the points, I was like, these motherfuckers special, man. They might actually be the new age Kansas City Chiefs, man, because they can give it to you anyway, and you never feel like they're out of the game when you got we got to stop forgetting that Devontae Smith won MVP as a wide receiver. As a wide receiver, that's why I was so upset when y'all drafted him because it was like this, Howie Roseman does it again. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was like. You feel what I'm saying? Then you got AJ Brown on the other side, Dallas Goddard going up the middle, Saquon. That they still just gonna be like, we can't let him go. We can't let him free. You feel what I'm saying? So the talent that's on the offensive end, and you think about defensively that hunger, and if they start growing together, Kenyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean listen, them two motherfuckers is locking shit down one way or another. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm really impressed by the Philadelphia Eagles, the young core, the fight. Man, this is like I said, man, one of the best franchises, top three franchises since I've been watching football, and it was put on display again this past Sunday, man. Shout out to the Eagles. Let's get over to the big upset of the week. I did not. I put in the bet slip because, like, I'll be looking at the points. 8.5 is a lot of points, especially when you got a team that's on this. They on a high. We the best team that ever fucking touched a gridiron. You feel what I'm saying? And the other team is on a low. But when you really look at stuff, it's like, all right, the Packers they still missing plays. You feel what I'm saying? Like they not crisp like that. They are defensively, and that didn't stop Sunday. But offensively, that lack of crispness caught up to them, missing plays, missing passes, leaving plays out there on the field, and then you put the pressure on Jordan Love, and we know he's been known to crack under the pressure of lately. You feel what I'm saying? It's 10-10. The one thing you can't do in that situation, Jordan Love, is throw an interception. You can't throw an interception in that situation, Jordan. You gotta put the ball away and make Joe Flacco drive the length of the field if they gonna win. That was a terrible interception, and you could tell he wasn't even like confident in that throw. He threw that shit lazily, and Delpit just was like, "Oh shit, good looking, my boy." You feel what I'm saying? So for me, I'm looking at the Green Bay Packers, and Jordan Love is a huge bullseye, man, because he's such an unknown. He's still an unknown because he's so high, but then he's so low. Like all the quarterbacks in Packers history since Brett Favre, they will give you some of these wow, amazing, great plays, and then they'll give you the dumbass, what were you thinking interception? Literally, outside of Aaron Rodgers, but that's because Aaron Rodgers is going to hold the ball or throw the ball to the same wide receiver 30 fucking times. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know if it's something in the air in Green Bay, but these quarterbacks, they develop real well. But then it's like when it hit the crunch time situations, something happens in their mind chemically. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. They're going to have a lot of time to figure it out. That defense going to keep them in every game. But when you got somebody that's turnover prone like that and it's going to be in his mind, they don't have a dominant go-to number one, it's going to be, listen, what was shown on Sunday is that the champs is still a champs. And the contenders is still the contenders. You feel what I'm saying? The Eagles are still the Eagles, and guess what? The Packers are still a maybe, what if, and could be. That's what it comes down to. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the crazy thing. Wasn't Jordan Love like consensus top 10 quarterback? You feel what I'm saying? Justin Herbert struggled on Sunday. They won a game, but he struggled on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can't do these things. You know what I'm saying? And then when Jalen Hurts passes every test given to him, it's like we try to create more tests. All right, well, create another pop quiz for him. Like, no, bro. Dude, clearly top 10 and top five in my eyes. Like I said, behind the top four dudes. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on though. My Niners pulled out a win. Okay, okay. Proved me wrong yesterday. It was looking like, listen, especially when they had it in Niners territory, but as much as I love Kyler Murray, man, again, you got to do it, bro. You got to do it. You up 2 points, ball in your territory. You got to ice the game against the Niners, bro. That's a game you got to ice. You got to go 3-0 in the NFC West and put a stranglehold on that division. Not fall back 2-1 and be tied with the Seattle Seahawks and let my Niners go 3-0 with fucking a hurt Mac Jones. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, my question is the NFC West is probably only one legit team, and that's the Los Angeles Rams. I try to keep it an unbiased opinion on my show, and I'm just looking at it like, yeah, Ricky Pearsall is nice, man. I like him, but he really don't got he's in the system like they gonna run it, they gonna give it to him, but he catch the ball, he get down. Like he don't have that run after the catch like Debo. He don't have that run after the catch like BA. You get what I'm saying? He more like a Jawan Jennings. You get what I'm saying? Where he gonna catch the ball, he might get a few yards after the catch, but he not gonna be Debo. He ain't about to be fucking Brandon Ayuk and turn it upfield and turn them maybe 10, 15-yard plays into 30, 40-yard plays now. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what makes Kyle Shanahan's offense. So I don't know if we got that. Nick Bosa went down yesterday. Yeah, we held the Cardinals, but the Cardinals, we all know how the Cardinals get. We always scratching our heads like, why can't you get the ball to Marvin Harrison? Why can't you get the ball to Trey McBride? And then they lost James Conner during the game yesterday. So, and we won by one. So I mean, I still covered the spread because I took the Cardinals with the points. I ain't taking them outright against my Niners. That's just wild. And so I still covered the spread. I still won my bet. And it still doesn't make me feel like my Niners are legit. When I look at the rest of the NFC, can we beat the Eagles? Hell no. Hell no. I don't think we could beat probably the Lions right now. I probably don't see us beating Green Bay right now just because their defense is so stout. I would think that they would cause a few turnovers on whoever is playing quarterback. Um, yeah, man, I'm not impressed. I got high standards, bro. Like a lot of people be coming at me, but it's like you got to realize that I came in towards the tail end of Steve Young's career, like him always losing to fucking Brett Favre in the playoffs. You feel what I'm saying? But he's still the greatest quarterback that I ever seen put on the San Francisco 49ers uniform, and it's not even close. It's not even close. You feel what I'm saying? So I want us to get back to that, get to an elite quarterback, and get back to consistently winning, man. I don't want it to be system based. Like, I mean, I want it to be system based, but with an elite quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Like I think with Todd Monken in the Ravens, like that system is great, but it's also Lamar Jackson. I think about the Los Angeles Chargers with Greg Roman. That system is great. Got Lamar Jackson his first MVP, but it's also Justin Herbert and his greatness. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want it to just be Kyle Shanahan and his system and mediocre quarterbacks. I just don't. You feel what I'm saying? Because Kyle when his ego stroked. You feel well, I want to Super Bowl with him. You feel what I'm saying? So we passed up on Deshaun Watson. We passed up on Aaron Rodgers. We passed up on Tom Brady. All three of those dudes wanted to come to the San Francisco 49ers, and we passed on all three of them. So for me, to me, the biggest difference is still at quarterback. We can talk this system shit all we want, bro. We know you really don't have a shot unless you got an elite quarterback. That's why the Eagles smoked the Kansas City Chiefs and my Niners lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's really that simple. You feel what I'm saying? Those two quarterbacks not comparable. We try to compare them. Jalen Hurts has been a way better quarterback than Brock Purdy since high school. That's why he went to Bama, and that's why Brock Purdy went to Iowa State. That's why Jalen Hurts was number two in the Heisman his senior year, and Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft that following year. So, I mean, I like to win. I like being 3-0, but do I think we can compete with the big dogs in the NFC? No, I do not. No, I do not. Let's move on to the biggest surprise team of the entire NFL season so far, though, man. Are the Indianapolis Colts, led by Indiana Jones, legit? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, they legit. 41-20 over the Tennessee Titans. So the Tennessee Titans, what they 0-3 right now. You got the Indianapolis Colts that's 1-3. I mean, 3-0. Then you got the Houston Texans, they 0-3. You got two of the teams in the division that's 0-3. Why the Colts the only undefeated team? Because the what's the other team? Got the Colts, Titans, Texans, and the Jags. They lost 2 weeks ago to the Bengals. So they 2-1. But you look at the team that everybody picked to win the division, the Houston Texans. They 0-2. I mean, they 0-3. So I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts, and they definitely legitimate contenders. Shane Steichen offense again is finally blossoming into this what we had expected it to be. Alec Pierce, monster. Jonathan Taylor, I loved him ever since he shredded my Michigan Wolverines defense when they had Devin Bush. We had a squad that year. I think Aiden Hutchinson might have been on that defense, and he shredded us up. I'm talking about they just handed this man the ball. He breaking that shit like it's Pop Warner. Get on me. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Fast as shit, big as a motherfucker. I'm like, bro, who is this man? You know what I'm saying? So, always been a huge fan of Jonathan Taylor. Wasn't he the offensive player of the year at the NFL like 2-3 years ago? Got his check, still doing this thing, man. I love an elite running back. You know, he remind me of Robert, what's his name? Robert Smith from the Vikings. Y'all probably don't remember because, like I said, I'm a true NFL historian, but I remember him when I was a young boy in the early 2000s. I swear it felt like every time he got the ball, he broke. You feel what I'm saying? Like as a young boy, it was like this man got the ball, he was breaking for 30, 40 yards. So that's who Jonathan Taylor reminds me of is an old Robert Smith with the Minnesota Vikings. But yeah, man, Indianapolis Colts are by far contenders. They got to be contenders, especially to win the AFC South. And once you get in the dance, you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Would I take Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts up against any of the other top teams? No, not the top three teams, not the Bills, not the Ravens, not the Chiefs, but against anybody else, you never know. You never I wouldn't take them against the Chargers either. But against anybody else, you never know. You never know. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm highly impressed, and I'm buying stock in the Indianapolis Colts. Buying stock in the Indianapolis Colts. And let's get over to what we all here for, man. Mizzy World prediction. 5-1 so far in primetime games against the spread. Yesterday, I took Travis Kelce for an anytime touchdown because I didn't check the spreads, but I didn't really like it because it's a popular prop leg, and I don't like popular prop legs because they typically don't hit. Because when a lot of people put that bet in, they want that bet to not hit because they want to win. You feel what I'm saying? So I try to stay away from popular parlays. Like I don't do nobody's parlays. I'm not doing Stephen A's parlay. I'm not doing Greeny's parlay. It's not nothing against them. I'm not doing Chuck's parlay. I'm not doing Nick Wright's parlay. I'm not doing nobody's parlays on any of these sites just because I feel like the more popular the bet is, the higher the odds is it's not going to hit. That's just my opinion on it. You feel what I'm saying? If it was that simple, then everybody would be fucking out here doing it. You feel what I'm saying? They want you to put some work in, actually invest in watching these games, which means you're going to be sitting up here watching these commercials. Everything is a cycle. Everything is a cycle, and they want you to get in that cycle if you really want to make some money. So stay tuned. I'm going with we got the Lions at the Ravens. You got the Lions getting 4.5 points in Baltimore. That's a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot, but that is a lot of points when you think about two teams that's 1-1, two teams that dominated their second week's game. Ravens looked like they was going to dominate the first week game, but then their defense just imploded, and they offense, as usual, just got stagnant. They thought they won the game. Keep your foot on the gas. You feel what I'm saying? You got all the statistics that point towards the Ravens, man. You got Lamar Jackson 24 and 2 against the NFC, only losing to, I believe, the Eagles last year, and I forgot who else. Who 7-2 on Monday Night Football for Lamar Jackson with 22 touchdowns, zero interceptions on Monday Night Football. That man is amazing. He's next level when the bright lights are on. And then you think about the last time they played 2 years ago, which I thought was the best uh, adoration or variation of the Detroit Lions. They beat them 38-6 in Baltimore. So I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens. Y'all thought I was gonna hear all that and then say, "Oh no, I'm gonna swerve and go with the Lions." Hell no, man. This is one of those games. If you got a feel for football, I'm not just talking about the Eagles, not just talking about your favorite team, the Cowboys, the Niners, the whoever. I'm talking about if you really watch the game, you watch most of the games, you love football. This is one of those games that the Baltimore Ravens beat on this good team. You remember 2 years ago when it was Brock Purdy versus Lamar Jackson, MVP on the line. Two teams, the two number one seeds in each conference, AFC conference, NFC conference. What happened? Smack the shit out of my Niners in San Francisco. I believe that might have been Monday Night Football. You think about last year. Bills come into Baltimore. What was it? Week 3, week 4? I think it was week 4, right after they beat the Cowboys in week 3. Smack them in Baltimore. You feel what I'm saying? I said 2 years ago, beat the brakes off the Lions in Baltimore, 38-6. Lions 2 years ago, beat the brakes off of them. Put up, I think they might have put up a 50 burger in that game. Beat the brakes off of them. This is one of those games where if it's not Patrick Mahomes on the other side, they about to come out here and BTA belt to ass. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of players out for the Ravens. So I listen, I'm a little skeptical because you got so many defensive players that's out for the Ravens, but you still got Marlon Humphreys that's going to be out there. You still got Kyle Hamilton that's still going to be out there. You still got Roquan Smith that's going to be out there. So in my opinion, as long as you got those three dudes out there, then you should be able to combat what the Lions want to do. That's try to establish that run, but then go off of the play action. You get what I'm saying? You're still going to have Kyle Hamilton roaming that middle of the field, being all over the field. You're still going to have Roquan Smith filling those gaps, and you're still going to have Marlon Humphreys to put on Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you're going to have Nate Wiggins to put on J-Mo. So I like this matchup for the Baltimore Ravens, and like I said, looking at the numbers, it bodes well for a big night for Lamar Jackson. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens and the points. I got them covering, and I'm going to go with a Rashad Bateman anytime touchdown. I was looking at the props and all that. They ain't really had the receiving yards that I was feeling. Rushing yards, they only had David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs up there. If you're not sure on the Rashad Bateman anytime touchdown, I would go with the over on the David Montgomery rushing yards because I think it's around 35 and a half or something like that. I will go with the over. So I'm going to give y'all two options. Me, I'll put in a Rashad Bateman anytime touchdown over, and of course I got the Ravens covering. Ravens covering, that's a lock in. Or you can go over on the David Montgomery rushing yards for the day, for the night. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my prediction. Let me know what y'all think. MadMizzy Sports in the AM. I hope y'all have a great Monday. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Start the week off on the right foot. And make sure y'all get that bet slip in, man. Don't pass up on this easy money I'm giving y'all, man. Don't pass up on it. Don't pass up on it. You feel me? So yeah, I'll be back Thursday for Thursday night football. Where who we got? Who we got? I forgot who we got. I'll come back Thursday and let y'all know who we got. Y'all know what it is. MizzyWorld Entertainment. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share, and alert. MizzyWorld Entertainment. MadMizzy Sports in the AM. Squad.